This is your one and only 𝐹iReSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today we are taking a look at unrateable base locations in Sons of the Forest. Let's get to it. So you've probably already seen a bunch of videos talking about this little lake here with this island on it that you can see here, and how it is unrateable and it is the best spot, blah, 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 blah. And it's really not, because during the winter time, the lake freezes over and things can just walk across the lake. But it is possible to get a bridge just right across here. And from everything I've seen, the enemies don't use the bridge. And if you're worried about them using the bridge, you can just not complete the bridge, just leave a little gap here. But all you have to do is put a log right near the edge of where I am right here. And you can see where I'm at. I'll do a nice little pan around. So there's like kind of this little slope area right here. Come right over to here, drop a log right near the edge, as close as you can get it. And then you're going to swim all the way over here to the other side. And what you are going to do over here is a little bit different. So you're going to take a log and create a post all the way near the edge, like I've done here. And you can see this one already wants to connect to that one, but I'm gonna try to do it without it. So you go right to the edge here, slam it down. When you grab another log, it should line up. So you can see there, it lines up. And then you slam another one down. And then from there, you can just connect a beam across the top of them like you see here, and then drag your rope bridge across. So you may have to fiddle with it a little bit because you got to get really far down in there, as you can see that I've done there. But once you've done it and you mess with it a little bit, you'll get it, and it's possible to connect them. Okay, anyway, let's move on to actual unrateable base locations. Next, we have floating platforms. Now, this will probably get patched at some point and is definitely a bug. And I don't know if when it gets patched, if these will just crumble or if they will just continue to hang in the air. But it is currently possible at the time of recording this to make floating platforms. And this, of course, because it is floating, is completely invulnerable to all enemy attacks. They have no idea how to handle it and will actually just bunch up down below it, confused, not knowing what to do. I'll quickly show you how to make this. It's really easy, but you have to build the whole base structure before you can build the top structure. So all you have to do is take your logs, place them down, and I'm just going to do a single square for demonstration purposes here to show you how to do it. So you build a single square like that, and then you take and you place pillars in each of the four corners. Once you have your pillars, you take your axe and you cut those pillars in half, and then you just place that back on top like so. Once you have done that, then you can go through and place your top beams like so, and then after that is done, you can remove the pillars. I don't know why this works when they're split. It doesn't work when they're whole. They have to be split logs. They could be fourth or half. Either one will work. And there you go. Now you have a floating structure, and then you can just go through and remove this. But in order to do this and get this to work, you have to pre-plan the size, because once it's done, you can't change it or mess with it other than building on top of it. So you can build this here, but after this is done, so you can't delete anything, and trying to add to it gets a little wonky. Now, this next option involves absolutely no jank whatsoever. This is 100% game mechanics. It was like this in the first one, and it's the same way in the second one. If you build in the ocean, you are completely safe from all raids. They don't walk out here. I don't know why the ocean is different than any other body of water, but they will just stand there at the edge of the beach and just look at you and never walk out into the water. Even though you are capable of walking in this water, they won't do it. I do advise building as far out as you can. You can see here I am built right on the edge of swimming, so I do advise that, because you can get leaped at by the ones that crawl around on all fours, and there is a chance that they could leap onto your structure if there's a gap somewhere. But if you build far out, they will never try to leap because they just stand there at the shore. Now, I know this can be a bit of a pain because it's a bit of a trek back into land, but once you get the zip line, you can make that not a problem by setting up a simple zip line network, which will allow you to travel back inland super fast, and even to, further locations inland. The grapple hooks are super cheap to make, and it just takes a little bit of rope and a printed grapple hook. And if you find printer ink somewhere, you can get infinite printer ink just by collecting the ink, saving, and then reloading the game and going back to that same spot and collecting more ink. So you can make as many grapple hooks as you need and create a nice zipline network to get you wherever you need to go relatively quickly. So of course I saved the best for last. This location that I'm about about to show you is the best place I have found so far to build a raid-proof base for multiple reasons that I'm going to get into and cover here. And I will show you where it is here on the map. You can see our starter location is down there at the bottom where we just were with the beach house and all that. You just follow that river all the way up until it gets to this little like pond area, and then back in the back corner is where you want to be. I will show you the area. You can see here, we just come around the back there after we follow it. And if I jump down here, you can see that there is a rock. Now there's actually two locations that you can build here that are completely raid proof, one of them being easier than the other. Of course, this rock, super simple to build on, although you are slightly limited to space here. You're not going to be building some giant castle. You can build a multi-story structure, as you can see that I have done here, relatively easily. You can even leave the front open. They won't come up in here. You're perfectly fine. And the other location is back here in the water. You're going to come back to the back of the water, and then in order to start this, you can see here I placed down a house that I've since taken apart, so that's just the prefab house. This one here, the small log cabin. You stand here on the edge right about here, and you place the log cabin out at a distance just far enough that you can reach it with a little bit. I had to build a little bit of scaffolding, and then I was able to get out to it and reach it. Once you've done that, you can just take the top of it off and begin to build and expand out. The easiest way to expand out is to do a zigzag pattern like I've done here. Let's see if I can climb up here to get you a good view. So you put down two slanted pieces, and then you would put a single stair on them. Once you've done that, it allows you to place this beam on the end of it, and then you can fill the rest of it in with roof, and you can continue that pattern. They don't come back this far. They hover right in this area here, just like they do if this was ocean water, and they never come back here. The red guys, the big red belly guys, actually get stuck over here and will attack nothing in midair right here at this location. So as I stated, there's a few other things that make this spot absolutely phenomenal for building a base and makes it one of the, if not the best base location. There's a bug that happens here with the squirrels. They pile up here. Currently we only have one here, but you do get more. I've had about 6 or 8 of them here. They don't run from you, and you can just stab them, and they're a constant source of meat. Once again, I don't know what's going on here. It's obviously a bug that happens. There's a lot of wildlife all over the place, and you'll just get a pile of squirrels here. The other thing is there are fish in this water, so you can have Kelvin fish and get tons of fish. And just up over the hill here, so we're just going to run up this way, and I'll show you here on the map as we're running. You can see here, we're just going to run right up over the hill. There is a camp right over there with a bunch of goodies in it. So that means every time you save and load the game, you can come over here to this camp and raid all of this stuff. You can see we got some flares, some C4. There is a radio here that I already busted. There's MREs here. There's some pills, all kinds of goodies that you can just come over and loot every single time you reload the game. That is all I have for you in this one. Let me know down there in the description if you have any raid-proof base locations. Let me know where they're at. And if you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful or informational, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. And if you're looking for some more Sons of the Forest content, you can find a link to one of my other videos on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.